Christmas is my favorite time of year, and it has been a lifelong dream to come to Europe during the holiday season to see these quaint old towns come alive with the festive spirit. There's a charm to the cobblestone streets and colorful row homes being transformed into a winter wonderland. In a search for some of the best markets, I spent the first few weeks of December going to 5 markets in 5 different countries to compare and contrast how different regions mark this cozy holiday. My second market stop was Strasbourg, France, and here's how it went. Good afternoon, guys, and welcome to Strasbourg, France. This is my second stop on my Christmas market tour through Western Europe, and I just came from Heidelberg, Germany yesterday. Tomorrow I'm going to continue on to Luxembourg and then Belgium and the Netherlands in search of some of the best Christmas markets here in Western Europe. And I feel like it's unfair for me to pick my favorite after only my second stop here, but after strolling around Strasbourg a little bit yesterday and this morning, it's safe to say that this place is like built for Christmas. It is the self-proclaimed capital of Christmas, and it has one of the oldest Christmas markets in Europe dating back to 1570. And so the streets are just full of Christmas markets, and even a lot of the storefronts are just covered in elaborate Christmas decorations, and there are some stores that appear to just be Christmas stores all year long. They're just full of Christmas supplies and decorations. So it is a very magical place, and there's Christmas markets in every open square here. So there's so much to see, so much to explore here. And similar to Heidelberg, there's about 4 or 5 different market areas that I'll be showing you guys today as we stroll around Strasbourg. And Strasbourg itself is just a gorgeous town here. It's on this little island right in between the Liege River, so it's completely surrounded by water, the old town here, and the old town is just full of all of these colorful old historic buildings. And then right in the middle you have the Strasbourg Cathedral, which was built in the 13th century, and for over 200 years the Strasbourg Cathedral was the tallest building in the world. So there's so much to see even without Christmas markets here in Strasbourg. So it's a very fun place just to stroll around. But let's head into the old town here, and we'll head right beneath the cathedral and check out some of the Christmas markets right beneath the cathedral there. I've just made it to the Place des Cathedral and Place des Châteaux, which is this big U-shaped plaza that surrounds the Strasbourg Cathedral here right in the middle of the old town. And again, you have this 13th century massive spire behind us, and all of these cobblestone streets and these beautiful shops and storefronts just surrounding the plaza here. And all throughout the plaza you have a bunch of these shops. There's a bunch of ornament shops, there's a lot of pastry shops, and then hot wine shops where they're selling hot drinks, and the smell is just amazing. You can see the aroma just lifting off of all of these hot wine shops. Just very charming place to walk around. We have this old carousel here in the corner that's just spinning around and playing Christmas music. And along with all of the ornament shops and the food shops, we have a bunch of different crafts that you can look at, and then just a lot of really good Christmas energy here. Again, this is the capital of Christmas, so there's just tons of tourists here, and the streets are just alive with people, music, and just amazing smells. So let's wander around the Place des Cathedral and Place des Châteaux here and just check out some of the Christmas vibes here in Strasbourg. as we're here at the Place des Cathedral, checking out some of the shops, you can just hear the church bells ringing up above us. And one of the things that I want to do here that's a little extra besides the Christmas markets is head into the cathedral here, which is just supposed to be one of the most beautiful churches here in Europe. And then you can go up to the platform up on top of the church and get a bird's eye view of the old town, and you'll be looking right down on some of the Christmas markets and some of the beautiful architecture of Strasbourg. So it's about €8 to head up there, so let's jump in line and see if we can get up there to get some nice views. So I've just entered here, and now I have 330 steps to the top of the cathedral here, so let's go. We've just climbed up 330 steps to the top of the Strasbourg Cathedral here, and we're on a little platform just beneath the spire here, and the spire goes up to 466 feet, making Strasbourg Cathedral the tallest building for over 200 years until about 1873. And from up here we just have amazing views looking all over the old town of Strasbourg here. You can't really see the Christmas markets too well from up here, but as we were hiking up, you could look down onto the carousel in the Christmas market below. So yeah, just beautiful views up here, and you can see some of the mountains off in the distance. So let's enjoy these views a little bit up on one of Europe's tallest cathedrals. Alright guys, that was pretty cool to get some views of the old town of Strasbourg from up there. Again, you couldn't really see the Christmas markets too well, but still beautiful views of the surrounding town and village. So anyways, back down in the square in front of the cathedral here, lots of really cool Christmas vibes, and again, just the smell of all the good foods and everything just wafting through this town square, and you're just surrounded by beautiful architecture. So from the south of the square here, you can go down Rue Mercière, which is this very quaint, Christmassy street with just this beautiful architecture, and a lot of the stores just have amazing decorations all up and down the street here. So let's go for a walk down this street towards the river. So I've just walked down the little alley of Rue Mercière, and then you enter this little plaza here, and there aren't necessarily Christmas markets here, but all of the storefronts just have these beautiful, elaborate decorations. There's this really famous teddy bear decoration that I've seen all over Instagram, and then there's just a bunch of these little restaurants, and they all just have these beautiful Christmas decorations hung all on the outside of the wall here. And then in this plaza, you can just see a bunch of Christmas stores and restaurants that are all just decorated, and you have like Santa and teddy bears and wreaths and candy canes just all along the walls of the classic traditional architecture here in this little plaza. So very Christmassy in this little plaza. And from here we can go just another half a block here and we'll make it to the river, and there's a couple more Christmas wine and beer markets right along the river here. So let's head to the water and check that out. As I've just come down to the River Ile here along the Terrace de Rohan. It's not that big of a market here, but you have a couple of these little stalls and it's a good place to come. There's a lot of gourmet breads and pizzas and these really nice wines. You can look across the water and just see some of these colorful row homes across the way. We're also lined with a bunch of Christmas trees here. And yeah, just nice kind of open area. There's even a little bakery to one edge here. And I got this nice gingerbread man-shaped piece of bread with some nice raisins in it. So got some nice pastries here. And yeah, really quaint little market area right along the terrace of the river. So from here, I'm gonna continue walking along the river to the west and eventually make it to Petite, France, which is this cute little neighborhood known for a lot of really old homes, and there's a couple of these little islands along the river. And then on the islands, there's the little Advent village, which is less of a market, but more of a quaint little place with some cool Christmas activities. So we'll head there, check out a few markets along the way, and make it to Petite, France. I've just made it to Petite, France, which is this series of little skinny islands on the river here surrounding the old town of Strasbourg. And it's just the most iconic region here in Strasbourg. You just have all of these beautiful old historic houses. A lot of them are really colorful and they all have these wooden framing that's on the exterior of the houses, and you're just along all of these canals and the place is just decked out for Christmas. There's a couple of these little small Christmas markets in the little plazas, and then a lot of the storefronts have these beautiful Christmas decorations all on the front of them, and there's a lot of these cute little restaurants and cafes spreading into the street. There's some musicians out on the street, so the air is just filled with Christmas music, and it's a very cool vibe to walk around. So we're gonna walk to one of the islands here where the Advent Village is, which again I think is less of a market and more of an activity center, but has a nice Christmas winter vibe to it. So let's head to the Advent Village. So that was the little Advent Village out here in the Petite, France, and it was kind of nice because it's out in this park, so it feels a little bit more like you're in nature. You're surrounded by trees, it's on a little island, so you have a river on both sides here, and it's not too big. There's like about 7 stands, and there's a lot of more gourmet foods. There's honeys, mushrooms, cheeses, special wines. And then there's a little bit of a children's activity center, and there's a little stage where they do some performances through the day. So yeah, pretty quaint little market out here on the islands. Now we're gonna head back into the old town, and right near the center of the old town of Strasbourg is the place Kléber, and it's this big open square in the center of town, and that's where the giant Christmas tree is, and there's a lot more markets, stalls, and things to check out there. So let's head back into the town of Strasbourg and yeah, check out some more of the markets here. I've just made it to Place Kléber here, which is right in the center of Strasbourg. It's this big open plaza, and again, you're surrounded just by these beautiful architecture everywhere. And in the middle of the plaza, there's about 3 of these main rows of Christmas markets that have the wooden chalets. And then on the outside, you have all of these informal markets where people are selling clothing and secondhand items. Yesterday, there was some vintage goods out there. And then right at the edge of the square here, we have the massive Christmas tree. It's 100 feet tall, and you just have all of these beautiful giant ornaments on here, and it's just a massive tree. You can see it from different plazas all throughout the town here. And then on the corner, we have another little carousel here that has some kids rides going, and yeah, just another great Christmas atmosphere. And then the main stalls in the middle here, we have a lot of different food stalls, but then you also have a lot of artisan goods, a lot of different crafts and different shops where you can shop around and get some unique Christmas gifts. So let's just kind of stroll around the market here a little bit, check out some of the Christmas vibes, enjoy the Christmas music, the massive tree that towers over, and just, yeah, enjoy this market at Place Kléber. That was Place Kléber right in the heart of Strasbourg. And now just about a block away, heading to the east, is Place Broglie, which is where the original Christkindl market is and the oldest market since 1570. But on our way there, there's one other little semicircle plaza called Temple de Neuf that has a little Christmas market. So let's go over there, check out the little market on our way to Place Broglie. After strolling the little market here in the plaza in front of Temple de Neuf, let's head over to Place Broglie for the original Christkindl market here in Strasbourg. For over 450 years, they've had a market in this plaza. So let's head there. We'll go through the traditional Christkindl arch and then enter the last market of the night here in Strasbourg. So let's go check it out. Just walked the whole length of Place Broglie at the Christkindl market, and it's basically just this one really long row of shops, and you have all of these wooden stalls, and it's mostly known as a place to get Christmas decorations. So you'll find lots of ornaments, you'll find stockings, Santa hats, you'll find these little elves, basically any sort of Christmas decoration you want to find. They have Christmas villages, they have lights, and yeah, just a very Christmassy themed shop here. And then near the end here, you can buy some Christmas trees as well. And then there's a couple food stalls throughout where you can buy some French toast bread, you can buy bagels, crepes, waffles, and then there's a couple little seating areas throughout here. But yeah, it's a pretty long stretch here. It's probably at least 250, 300 meters long of just this long shop. And you just have these nice warm lights just lighting up the whole alleyway all the way along here. And so, yeah, that's pretty much the last little market I wanted to show you guys here in Strasbourg. The thing about Strasbourg though is every shop is a Christmas market. So all of just the little retail shops and restaurants and just your normal clothing shops, everything is just decked out for Christmas. So you can just go in and out of shops all day and really embrace the Christmas vibe and the Christmas spirit here throughout Strasbourg. So yeah, again, I still have quite a few more markets to check out, but I have to say Strasbourg is near the top of my list so far. It is just so massive, and it seems like Christmas is just everywhere. And there's just so many nice decorations, and even on the storefronts, just so many of the shops and restaurants have these beautiful Christmas decorations outside the front of their stores. So everywhere you go, you will be reminded that it's Christmas here. And then there's so many Christmas markets. Basically, anytime that there's an open plaza, there's little market stalls set up, and you can get some food, you can get some hot wine, you can shop for gifts and little trinkets and Christmas supplies. So very, very cool. So anyways, I think that's about it for the Strasbourg vlog here. I think I'm gonna go to the square in front of the cathedral there. That was one of my favorite places. You just have such beautiful architecture all around, and then that massive cathedral just towering over everything. And I hope to get a nice glass of hot wine, get my Strasbourg mug for my Christmas market mug collection. And then tomorrow I'm off to Luxembourg, and yeah, looking forward to seeing how they celebrate Christmas in Luxembourg and some of the markets there. So I'll see you guys next time when we go to Luxembourg.